Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Kathy Reign 2 Soothsayer. And in the last episode, guys, Kathy's been dealing with the fallout from Lucas's murder. She went to the crash site to try and find Lucas's revolver. Unfortunately, it's fallen in a storm drain, so we have to find some way of getting it out. And we went to Longhorn Investigations to try and see if there's any other clues that he was chasing. And after a really cool puzzle looking through all of the items on his desk, we were able to do some cross-referencing and discovered that he had a contact by the name of JK. Now, we were able to send JK a page to organize a meeting, met up with her at the city park, and got another name by the name of Andrea Hall, who Lucas was trying to get some info on regarding a motorcycle. And considering the fact that Lucas's killer was on a motorcycle, that's a big red flag that Kathy wants to follow up on. Before we head to KCU, however, we are going to check some of these other locations and see if we can find something to get that gun out of the storm drain before that becomes a crime scene.
Hey.
Hey, E.
So, might as well talk to E about Andrea as well. Okay, Mildred, safe, books. Maybe something in the safe?
Empty. All this gumshoe has left to pawn is her dignity.
Indeed. Phone book, answering machine, pinned article, bulletin board, drawers, laminator. Oh, actually, can we get a number for Andrea?
Nothing. Makes sense if she's a university student. They're not listed in the phone book. She shouldn't be too difficult to locate at KCU, though.
Fingers crossed.
Can I talk to you for a sec?
Sure. What's up?
So, I found out that Lucas's investigation led to a college student called Andrea Hall.
Interesting. What's her link to the case?
That's what I'm trying to find out. A motorcycle that Lucas was tracking down led to her, but I don't know much more than that.
I see. Well, let's see what you can learn today then, and we can discuss your findings tonight.
That's fair. Okay.
All right, that's all.
Okie dokie.
Maybe living area? Bike tools, helmets. Ooh.
Useful things for when the Catmobile needs a tune-up.
Needed a pretty big tune-up.
Every biker worth her salt has got a box like this somewhere.
Makeup, photo, mirror, coffee maker, spice rack. Photo, dark lampy, great little toaster reference. Ooh, scarf?
Maybe later. The red one goes better with this set. I shouldn't need to bring that. There's storage on the bike if I need it.
Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Don't see anything useful for revolver retrieval.
Nah, I'll let her sleep in peace.
I know, but you still got to click the kitty. Well, now would be a good opportunity to go to the library and talk to our mysterious note taker, now that we know his identity.
Tom was a no-show today, huh? Guess he's out and about? Nah, I got one at home.
Oh, I thought the umbrella was going to be it. Try and hook around the trigger guard. I really doubt there's anything else here, but we're going to check. So maybe Tom's in another location. Maybe the hill? It's a possibility. Let me head over here, because if there is like one thing that we cannot see until we... Okay, we're fine. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go to all these other locations off camera, guys, and see if there's anything different or any kind of item that we can grab. And if not, then we'll come back and head over to the college. So let's go ahead. Think that might be the best thing to do? Yeah, we got actually quite a few places to go. I'm going to check that, guys, and I'll let you know. Okay, I didn't really see anything, so I guess we will go ahead and just travel to KCU. Figure out what's going on with Andrea. Ooh.
Come in.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Hey there. I'm looking for Andrea.
Is this your idea of a joke?
No? Why do you say that?
You don't recognize me, do you?
Oh, wait. You came to my office a couple weeks ago, didn't you?
Uh-huh. I needed your help with my missing roommate. You can probably guess her name.
Oh. Small world, eh?
Better late than never. I still can't pay your greedy PI fees, though, so you might as well fuck off again.
Sorry about that, but I'm running a business. Another case led me here. I'm not looking to get paid. I just need a few moments of your time, if that's okay.
Figures. Well, fine. Come in then.
Thanks. What's your name again?
Rebecca Dawson.
All right. I'm Kathy, but I guess you know that.
I do. Let's talk.
You guys want to have a great kind of yin-yang moment? The voice actor of Rebecca here is also the voice actor for Meadow. That is Ivy, and she is awesome. So it was so cool hearing that. Okay, so let's just go down the line here.
What do you know about the Soothsayer?
Just what's been reported in the media. So far, I haven't read anything that would connect the case to Andrea, so I've tried not to obsess about it.
What do you know about Deborah Sinclair?
No more than what's in the papers. That goes for the other victims, too.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Hardly anything, beyond the obvious connection to the Soothsayer.
This reminds me of the goth girl in one of the Blackwell games, one who also was living in a college dorm. I like the Bram Stoker Dracula and Edward Scissorhand posters here on the wall, too.
Are you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
Never heard of it.
Do you know the Azure Sky Motel?
No, I don't know that place.
Have you ever heard of a drug called Pyre?
No, I'm not a drug user.
Does the name Rachel Wang mean anything to you?
No, that's no one I know.
Do you know who Tabitha Caldwell is?
No, I don't know her.
Rebecca would have really enjoyed Hot Topic before it started sucking.
I don't want to ask her about that. Do you recognize the name Corey Finnegan? He also goes by the moniker FaZe.
Afraid not. I don't know that guy.
I'm trying to find a park ranger named Victor Cooper. Do you know him?
No, I'm not much for the outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know a Faith Cyrene? She's supposed to have some form of facial scars.
Nope, I'd remember a person like that.
This might be a random question, but Andrea didn't have any facial scars, did she?
No, not any obvious ones at least. Why?
Oh, nothing. Just a wild idea.
That was worth pursuing.
Can you tell me about Andrea's disappearance?
Sure. Basically, she took off on her motorcycle one night and never came back. Didn't say where she was going or why.
She was a biker, huh? What kind of motorcycle are we talking about?
Well, it was black, pretty big, looked kind of sporty. I think she said it was imported from Japan.
Got it, yeah. I happened to see one just like it a few days ago. Please, continue.
Yeah, so, at first, I wasn't worried about Andrea. Suddenly leaving for a day or two wasn't unusual for her. After a week, though, I felt that I had to file a missing persons report. Total waste of time, that was.
I can relate. Cassidy cops aren't a reliable bunch. And then you reached out to me?
Yes, tried every PI in town. Maybe I was naive to think I could afford any of them, but I felt I had to do something. That plan obviously didn't pan out either. Weeks passed, and after a certain point, I had to let things go. There was only so much I could do.
Now, the curious thing about this may still lead us to Faith, because we saw from that apartment that Faith lived in very meager surroundings, so maybe she killed Andrea and took possession of the bike, and that might be a lead to her.
How long has Andrea been missing?
About a month, I think.
Wait, so she disappeared around the end of April?
Sounds about right. Why?
That's when they found Jane Doe, one of the Soothsayer victims.
Oh,
Yeah, I read about that, but the age is wrong. Andrea's 22 and the paper said 18.
Rebecca, there's a margin of error. The later paper said early 20s.
Oh no. How could I be so blind? It's her. It's gotta be her.
We don't know that for sure, but yeah, things don't look great. Andrea is not a local, is she?
Far from it. She came from Australia.
That would explain the lack of dental records, too.
Fuck. We need to tell the cops all of this, don't we?
We do, but let me handle that, okay? I have more evidence to share with them.
Okay. God damn it, Andrea.
well, at least we figured out who Jane Doe is. The plot has definitely thickened.
What happened when you filed that police report?
Well, they didn't take me seriously at all. I told them the truth about Andrea, and they immediately dismissed her as voluntarily missing, like she was some stupid teen runaway. They never even bothered to come and look at her stuff.
I am Jack's complete lack of surprise.
So Andrea has had a tendency to disappear from time to time?
Yeah. She's been known to hang out in some sketchy circles. People who like to party hard, if you know what I mean.
Ah, drugs were involved?
Yes, all kinds.
Who were those sketchy people then? Got any names?
No, I didn't want anything to do with that crowd.
Good for you.
What was Andrea like?
She was brilliant. A born engineer, obsessed with technology, computers, and tinkering with all of her little gadgets. But she wasn't weird or awkward like so many smart people are, you know? She understood people. She could explain the most complicated things so anyone could understand.
Sounds like a woman with a bright future ahead of her. I have a feeling it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, though?
No, she had a self-destructive side too. I think she saw herself as a thing to push to the limit, just like her machines.
Okay, can you elaborate?
Well, she didn't care much for her health. It felt almost like she found it insulting to be limited by a human body with all of its inconveniences. Experimenting with drugs was a part of that, I think.
I see. So, Andrea had a drug problem, did she?
She used drugs, yes. She wouldn't call it a problem, though. She'd say she was in full control, and that narcotics were tools like any other, or instruments to improve performance and expand the mind.
And do you agree with that?
For a superwoman like Andrea, maybe. She seemed to have a handle on it. But I mean, she had a whole circle of junkie friends, and I have no idea what messed up things they were doing off campus.
And you don't know anything about these junkie friends of hers?
No. I tried to keep a healthy distance from those people.
If you know so little about them, how do you know they were even junkies?
Trust me, I grew up in Cassidy. I've seen meth heads on the street since kindergarten.
Yeah, point taken.
I think that's all of the questions.
I know this is difficult, but we need to talk about the possibility of Jane Doe being Andrea.
Such a horrible way to go. I wish I had anything useful to say about it.
So nothing you know about the murder connects in any way to Andrea or her habits?
I don't think so. Sure, she went to Constance Hill from time to time, but so does every other college kid, right?
Yep.
I guess so, yeah. So you're not aware of anyone in particular that she'd hang out with there?
No one comes to mind. Sorry.
I don't want to show that to her. I don't want to show that to her.
Down the line.
I don't want to show that. I don't want to show that. Have you ever seen the guy from this brochure before?
Nope. I would have remembered him.
Have you ever seen the guy?
Oh.
Nope.
I don't want to show that to her. I don't want to show.
Okay. Let's see. Poster? Bats?
So, what kind of music do you play on that thing?
Darkwave and industrial mostly. Midnight Veil, My Path, and Nightfall are some of my favorites.
Not quite my wheelhouse. I'm more of a metal gal.
Yeah, I could tell.
Expand your mind. There's room for both.
I don't want to ask her about that. That movie just came out, didn't it?
Yeah, my dad got me the poster. He's in the business.
Pretty good horror flick over there. Scared my friend shitless with it.
Oh, sure. I prefer the 1973 original, though.
Don't tell me you're one of those people.
You don't know the half of it. My dad's a film director. In our family, it's mandatory to be a connoisseur.
That's fair.
Love the vest.
Oh, thanks. Made it myself from Mom's old leather jacket.
Oh, that's neat. I don't want to ask her about that. I don't want to ask her about that. Finals coming up soon, right?
Ugh, yes. Hard to catch up. I didn't get much schoolwork done when Andrea went missing.
Heading home to your folks for the summer?
Yep. God forbid I won't let Mom fatten me up for next semester.
That bad, huh? I see that KCU still provides god-awful closet space.
Tell me about it. Andrea and I had our share of squabbles about that.
I don't want to ask her about that.
Well, now we're getting into Andrea's side, so... box of cables?
I don't want to ask her about that. I don't want to ask her about that. I don't want to ask. I don't want to ask.
Note.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. Andrea's got a lot of electronics, it looks like.
You've got that right. Every other day she'd bring some new little gadget. I have no idea how a student like her could afford all of that stuff.
Andrea's got a pretty chunky stereo over there.
Yeah, thankfully she'd use her headphones most of the time.
Ah, you guys didn't share a taste in music?
We sure didn't. Polar opposites, more like.
I should go examine the computer before I start asking about it.
Good call.
I don't want to ask her about that. I don't want to ask her about that.
Okay.
That's all for now, thanks. Mind if I have a look at some of Andrea's things?
Go ahead. I'll take care of some homework.
Cool.
Handy for some tunes outside, I'd imagine.
She doesn't go outside.
For a goth, it's always Halloween. Some indie art house movie. That's pretty new, I think.
Yeah, when I think of Edward Scissorhands, I think of indie art house.
Half-decent zombie movie. I forced E to watch it. Good times.
Is that supposed to be Dawn of the Dead? I'm not a huge zombie connoisseur, so... I know they did a remake of it, but I think that was in the 2000s, so if you have any knowledge of this, let me know in the comments.
That's quite badass, I have to say. I could see myself wearing that. University textbooks. These look to be mostly related to the humanities. Looks like Rebecca is getting ready for the summer break. Various items for studies, such as empty notebooks and binders. So tidy. Reminds me of Eileen, despite Rebecca being the polar opposite of her in nearly every other respect.
I smell a sitcom.
Clothes and motorcycle accessories. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. I already searched the closet.
Oh, okay.
Makes me think of the Black Hats, the outlaw bikers I met a few years ago. What a mess. There are lots of entangled cables of different types and sizes. If I knew what I was looking for, I might be able to dig up something useful from here. Andrea's CD collection. There are a lot of records by Sunbeat, Route 6, and Perplex. Reggae music, based on the covers and song titles.
Oh man, some dark wave along with reggae?
University textbooks. Technical for the most part. Remind Mom to clean Dreddy's terrarium. Maybe Andrea has some kind of pet reptile back with her folks? Looks like some Rastafari thing. I suppose Andrea was into that stuff.
Oh, that explained the lion poster too in the background.
Various gadgets, gizmos, and doohickeys. Yes, I've been known to take science classes. Damn, impressive setup. Andrea must be a hi-fi aficionado. Zodkill, a classic. I could go for a monster movie and some popcorn right about now. Might help me forget about the monsters in the real world.
It's a disassembly.
Looks like Andrea was taking something apart here. A hard drive, I think. I hear magnets like these are quite strong for their size. Might come in handy.
Hello there.
Got it.
That is what we need. Okay. Can we grab a cable
What a
now?
mess. There are lots of entangled cables of different types and sizes. If I knew what I was looking for, I might be...
Oh. So we have to find some sort of rope to get the gun.
There's a spool of metal wire here. I could probably find a good use for that.
Oh. That'll do it, I think. Can we... Oh, sorry. Can we go ahead and combine them?
All right, that should hold nicely.
Be time to go magnet fishing here in a bit. Did I look at the schedule?
Just your average schedule. Nothing but classes and school events noted here.
Okay. Computer. Can't wait to hear the dial modem. Wait for DOS to boot up.
This looks like some serious encryption. I better head back to the office and see what I can learn about that.
Okay. Hard drive encryption. Well, I think that's pretty much everything here. I bet it has something to do with the
Remind
pet.
Mom to clean Dreddy's terrarium.
Dreddy.
Maybe Andrea?
Wait.
Hey, Rebecca?
Yes.
Maybe Rebecca knows.
Do you know anything about hard drive encryption?
No way. That stuff goes way over my head.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, that's all I've got for the time being.
All right. I'll be here if you have more things to ask.
Good luck with your homework. Now, before we head back to the office to ask about hard drive encryption, we need to go this way. Oh, I was wondering, I was like, watch this be blocked now.
A makeshift magnetic collection tool, made by attaching a strong magnet to a metal wire.
You need to look the other way, sir.
Yes, got it.
I was like, sounds promising.
I've reloaded it too. I'm ready for action now.
Cool. Now we're armed when the cops find us. Lovely.
Lucas's gun. Fully loaded. I'm ready for you, Soothsayer.
Kathy Rain and Smith and Wesson. Or Colt. Couldn't really get a look at it. Alright, back to the office with our computer expert. See if there's any kind of development.
Hey, hey!
Hey, E. Can I talk to you for a sec?
Sure. What's up?
So, I found out that Lucas's investigation led to a college student called Andrea Hall.
Didn't we?
Interesting. What's her link to the case?
Oh yeah, new info.
Well, apparently Lucas was tracing a motorcycle tied to Andrea. Here's the kicker, though. The description of the bike sounded identical to the one that Faith Cyrene escaped on.
Huh. That's a clear connection between this student and Faith, then. Keep me posted.
No, we didn't tell her.
Do you know anything about hard drive encryption?
A little, I suppose. What are the specifics?
Basically, the whole computer is encrypted and it prompts a password when I boot it up. Is there any way to bypass that?
Oh, that's tough. Maybe the computer book I bought for the office last year could be useful?
Oh, right. Remind me, where did we put that?
Behind you.
It's on the shelf behind you, Kathy.
Thanksy.
I don't want to show that to her.
Wow. Didn't that thing belong to Lucas?
It sure did. I recovered it near the crash site.
Should you be carrying that around, though? What if the cops catch you with it?
I don't like it more than you do, but we're up against a serial killer. A stun gun can only do so much.
Yeah, I suppose.
Can we give E the stun gun now that we have the regular gun?
All right, that's all.
Okie dokie.
Considering how much trouble she got into in the last game?
Ah, here's the book Eileen mentioned. Excellent. There are a few pages about the type of encryption I saw at KCU.
Okay. Cybersecurity, The Definitive Guide, includes a software CD by John D. Carmack. Boot process encryption. The most secure type of hard drive encryption is when the boot process itself is encrypted, denying access to the entire operating system without the correct password. However, a notable weakness of this model is a physical flywire connection to a secondary computer with DMA, direct memory access, enabled by the target BIOS settings. In that scenario, any common memory utility can be used to eavesdrop on the memory contents of the boot encryption when the decryption process is in progress on the target machine. With the right know-how, it's possible to identify the password in the memory feed, extract the related data, and crack it with a decryption program. For educational purposes, the CD distributed with this book contains copies of Memstack and Descrambler Elite. The encrypted representation of a boot password in a memory feed can be identified by searching for a distinct encryption signature. These signatures differ for each encryption software, but commonly follow a 4-digit software identifier, version number of the software, memory chip serial number. See BIOS. Few common encryption identifiers: IronCrypt 031F, SecVault 1A2B, Hexproofer BADD, RazorCrypt 1911. So for example, when using IronCrypt version 1.2.3.4 with serial number 987654, the full signature pattern should be 031F12345. Okay. If this 14-digit pattern is identified in its entirety of the active PC memory, the relevant memory section can be saved to a file and decrypted with an appropriate decryption utility. Thanks for reading. Enjoy this complimentary software CD courtesy of the generous open source community. Take care and good luck, or as the kids say these days, take care and good luck, leet speak. Okay.
This should be useful.
Share.
First things first, I need another computer.
Yoink.
Eileen's laptop. She's using it to hack into Faith Cyrene's cell phone.
Oh.
The computer book outlined a technique for using a second computer to crack hard drive encryption. This laptop might come in handy for that. I could ask E about it.
Hey, friend.
Can I talk to you for a sec?
Sure. What's up?
You know how expensive laptops were back in the day? Good lord.
Do you know anything about...
A little, I suppose.
Basically, the whole computer is encrypted.
Oh, that
Looks that way.
should be doable then. Anything I can do to help?
Well, it just so happens I need a second computer, and I noticed this laptop you've got here.
I suppose I could make do without that for a while, but just bring it back in one piece, will you? It wasn't cheap.
Why? Have I ever...
Yes! 4 times!
Fair enough.
Forgive, but never forget.
All right, there we go. I've got the laptop set up. Time to deal with the next steps in the book.
Okay, so this will be fun. But I'll tell you what, guys, I think this is a good place to go ahead and call it an episode, because I feel this decryption is definitely going to be a thing. But yeah, we will see what happens in the next episode. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. I will see you next time. Later days, everyone.